5th Corporate Social Responsibility CSR Summit 2023 in Bhubaneswar, उड़ीसा, इंडिया। हाय फ्रेंड्स, मैं हूं अनीता, आपकी दोस्त, और आज इस वक्त मैं भुवनेश्वर में मौजूद हूं। यहां पे 5th कॉरपोरेट सोशल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी CSR समिट 2023 हो रहा है। आइए अंदर चलते हैं और यहाँ पे जो डिफरेंट कंपनीज़ के द्वारा ये कॉरपोरेट सोशल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी की समिट हो रही है CSR की, इसमें बड़े बड़े एक्सपर्ट्स के ओपिनियन और उनके सुझावों को समाज के लिए क्या रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है जो कि हम सब की जिम्मेदारी बनती है। तो आइए चलते हैं अंदर और इनके द्वारा दी गई मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट ओपिनियन को ध्यान से सुनते हैं।
Change is the only constant. Now we go to road. Relocation of trees, EV charging, the emerging Odisha, electronics, ESDM sectors, process of growth, public transport, shipping, AI, technology, the green revolution, which will bring change with aerospace and robotics, artificial intelligence, water and solar power, the bioscience. Want to make it here is beyond profits. Everybody is thinking of profit, but how many are really witnessing profit? To me, profit is something that really giving others, as Madam told today morning, CSR is the best selfish act of a human being. I fully agree with you. Sir, CSR, when we are giving something to the front person, the same pipeline is established to take it back from them, from the society. How corporate social responsibility drives sustainable success. Next, please. Definition of CSR is commitment of business to continue to a sustainable development. It is essential for business to meet social expectations and build trust. Purpose is to explore how CSR drives sustainable success in business. And its overview, an outline of the presentation of structure. The business case of CSR is enhanced business reputation, loyalty. CSR helps to build a positive image and customer trust, improved employees engagement and productivity. CSR initiatives boost morale and motivation, reduce operational costs and efficiency. CSR practices often lead to resource optimization. Access to new metrics opportunities. CSR attracts socially continuous consumers and investors. I think all of you agree with this. If we achieve this, possibly our job is done. Next, please. So the strategies for achieving sustainable success is focus on energy conservation, waste management, sourcing and biodiversity, social responsibility, philanthropy, diversity, employees engagement and ethical practices. Stakeholder engagement, collaborate with customers, communities, government and other business. So everyone is important for us. We have to engage with each and every one of this on our activities. The mic which I am holding is now being maintained by a team of experts here in this room who are vacant. So we will have to give respect and pride, feel pride for them who made us to stand over here. This has to be done in a very honest and very ethical manner. That That is what CSR is. Reporting and transparency, set goals, measure performances, communicate, and continue to improve. Continue to improve is the only thing, because the CSR policy has to be really dynamic. CSR policy initiatives has to be aligned, looking to the circular economy to benefit all in the loop. It is not competition, but it is accumulation or consolidation. If we organize a program in any of the room or any competition, then what we do basically, we declare 1, 2, 3. But CSR never says this. We'll have to include everyone to perform to achieve the best. This is what CSR is. Inclusive of startup fund for change-making startups, and also to business houses who strive to ecological balances and research or deep technologies. This is what I have been discussing for in different forums. My humble suggestion being an MSME supporting entity, an entrepreneur, I am always thinking that every industry should handhold at least 10, 20, 30 entrepreneurs to their fold, who they grow, they take pride of these entrepreneurs and they support them they make them success, like Super 30 does in their activities. So if we are able to earmark few industries, a few entrepreneurs, I think this room will be full with a lot of entrepreneurs with success. The next years of success could be shown in a much better way, as Odisha did its startup Odisha activities all across the globe. Now there is a buzzword going on in all across world, even in India, that Odisha is doing good in startup. Taking good people, giving a trust to them. I am one of the trusts that Odisha has boasted to. Believe me, the concept of pivot type which we develop is a trust which we generate within ourselves, and my team is sitting on the backside to display it over on the reception. How a small concept of mind can create history, can create mystery. CSR policy has to be dynamic, means it has to change according to our need, according to our time, according to our necessities, and taking all classes of society. Who are the change makers? It's not that somebody is to be taken to medical, that is not CSR only. It is the concept who changes, creating more hospitals, creating more affordable facilities for people is what it is. CSR policy. Impact, invisible impact, both. There are so many visible impacts, there are so many invisible impacts, but it has to be done both so that we will all be inclusive and circular. I think this is what is my stay, and there is one suggestion and a request to the panel. I suggest the CSR fund, whatever is of the corporates, is to be budgeted in 3 sectors. One, the budget provision of A, B, C could be 30% of the fund can be spent or given or mentored towards MSME grant or startup grant or hand-holding them. This is one. The second is an entrepreneur, what he looks is, one is order, second is spend. Able to give them one order out of the industrial requirements, I think that is the first step towards CSR, indirectly. The second one is paying them on time, the next important part of the CSR, which is never a difference between an MSME, an industry, or industrialization or growth. The third one, the second one would be purchase of the products of your requirements, meeting your requirements from the neighboring or capable MSMEs or startups who are really able to serve. I am so proud that Ruchi Foodline has created a revolution in Odisha, and honestly, respectfully paying our homage to you, sir, that you have created a miracle for the state, which many people are following on their footsteps. Now, the concept, the agriculture-based sector is moving ahead. Similarly, I also have a thinking that other 40% of the fund would be made on sustainability plans. Just give a thought over it so that the inclusive society can really take on entrepreneurship, because that is what gives elevates poverty. That is what it gives a lot of support to the entire system. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Aditya brought a very interesting another dimension. And this dimension is by many of you and the insights of many of you in a kind of report, for which after these three presentations are done, I request Ambika to flag off this, and if you have enough volunteers, we can bring out to operators from Paradigm Phosphates. Good afternoon.
Sir, guys, and members. Okay, so I'm not going with a detailed presentation where we are working a lot of issues and a lot of things we are very brief about the activity which we are doing and what are the issues we face and how we overcome the situation. So just that. So my presentation slide can go on my behind, but I will talk about my experiences. So PPL is in CSR space from the year 2009, and with a span of 14 years, we have reached out to only 9 gram panchayat, which is around of our plant, part of this plant. So if you see that why we are in very confined space in one particular block with a very small 9 gram panchayat out of 18 gram panchayat. So I'll say that when our approaches, when we are going to in a village or gram panchayat, we are going to the holistic approach. We are going with healthcare or worse. We are going with livelihood, we are going with the education, and we are going with the critical infrastructure issues and any kind of requirement of need assessment of that area. So that's why very limited to our very limited basis. So our major expenditure is on healthcare and worse. The second is education, and third is livelihood enhancement of the farmers community and the poorest of the poor of that area. When we see a CSR, how we can, catalyze the effort of the government. It's not like we are creating parallel system or parallel kind of activity we are doing. It's just we are enhancing the activity of the government in that area where the government program can reach out to the poorest of the poor or to the last minority. So I just said our major activities on was and healthcare. So healthcare we focus on the elderly care, elderly healthcare. So where our medical plan is to visit mice and we should track their health and participate in that area. So our active presence in 36 villages, it's a revenue villages, and we reach out to every members in our regular health checkup activity. Besides that, we used to conduct the health camp for, beside of, Paradigm is very far from, not so far, but
the strategy, what has been the thinking behind making, planning our activities. Can you please move the slides? Next slide, please. So this just shows our coverage, our mission, vision, and the kind of professionals that are engaged in the organization, and the kind of reach that we have through Tata Steel Foundation. Next slide, please. So these are the two main pillars through which we are working. One being the signature programs, and the second being the proximate community development activities. So signature programs are such activities which can be taken as national models and can be replicable at scale at any given location or any national or international area. So signature programs have different projects under it. Proximate community development is more related to a special geography, a limited area, and based on the understanding or the learnings from a particular project of a smaller size, this can be expanded to a larger scale. So before that, so we under signature programs, there is this education program that we are running, known as the Education Signature Program. and the coverage is into 18 blocks. When we're talking about 18 blocks, we are covering the entire block on a saturation mode of 4 districts in Odisha, and the 3 pillars of the project are access, learning and governance. So under governance, if you see, it is not just we are building classrooms or we are supporting the schools. It is more on improving the quality of education, improving the governance part of these school management committees, making them more aware of their rights, the right to education. So based on that, the results have been that there have been 650 school development plans, 1366 Anganwadi development plans, and these have been included in the GPDP, Gram Panchayat Development Plan. Earlier, people were not aware of all these activities. Next slide, please. So, sir, when you're talking about the challenges, I think most of the challenges faced by mining companies and people who are into production is how to engage with the community nearby. And it is not. It's the same with Tata Steel Foundation also. We've also faced a lot of issues, but over a period of time, the narratives of the community have gradually changed, and it is because of the continuous efforts and genuine interaction and understanding of the community, where a PRI member, a leader used to come with requests for development of road, for infrastructure development. Now after implementing this project and continuous engaging with them, informing them about their rights, informing the community of their rights, the PRI's narratives have changed. They are coming to us not for infrastructure, they are coming to us to improve the quality of education. They are coming to us with such things like we have this interaction with PRI members on a yearly basis. So the first thing that they came up with was that all children should be back in school. All children should be going to school. It's not that the request for roads, the request for infrastructure has reduced or they've not come with it, but the priority has changed. The thinking process of the community has changed. I think that is something which is a much bigger achievement than the numbers that we display. Next slide, please. So these are some of the learning improvements that have happened over a period of 1 year. Next slide. So this again, I would like to talk about this project as a Mansi project based on, it's for the maternal and child health. Next slide. I'll just rush through. Before this, it's not there. Okay, so just after this slide, we had a slide which showed the kind of reduction in the NMR, neonatal mortality rate, and the child mortality rate. So that these have not been done by Tata Steel, it's been done by an external agency, it's been done by Search. Search is an organization run by Dr. Abhay Bhan. He's known as the father of home-based neonatal care. So there have been 3 different phases on which the study has been done. A baseline study in 2015 and 2 midline studies in 2018 and 2020. So after a period of 5 years of implementation of this project with the community, with the grassroots workers, the neonatal mortality rate has reduced much below the national average, and the child mortality rate has reduced to the level of the SDG. So this is not just numbers, this is evidence based. So when we talk about challenges, sir, I think the challenge that we face is how can we expand this? How can this be accepted by the district and the state administration, and how can the companies get more opportunity to expand and elaborate what their learnings and studies have been. So another issue that we see amongst the mining companies and production areas is that there is a lot of competition between the different CSR companies. So we can think of how there can be a collaborative approach. There are some needs which are very important in the area. How can we identify that, and prioritize that, and collectively, try and address the most difficult ones? So if that can be done, I think other colleagues have also spoken about it. And as many of you all already spoke about, CSR is just not about funds. CSR should be seen as an implementing agency. There are a lot of expertise, there are a lot of people who are coming from the development field. So do not give us an easy task. Give us a difficult task, so that we also develop strategies to overcome that. So that is a request that I would like to bring to your fruits. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for watching my video. Bye bye friends.